Lesson 16, Pictographs and Bar Graphs. When working with numbers, a lot of times it's helpful to draw a picture. Pictures make the numbers easier to understand. That's why people draw them. A number picture is called a graph. You may have heard that word before. One simple kind of graph is a pictograph. That's a graph that uses pictures of things you're counting. What if a girl named Marla wants to know the favorite food of the people in her Sunday school class? She can get that information by taking a survey. A survey is just some questions that you ask people in order to collect information from them. But let's say that Marla takes a survey of her Sunday school class about their favorite food and comes up with this. 7 people like pizza best, 5 people like hamburgers best, 4 people like hot dogs best, and 2 people like tacos best. We can show this information with a pictograph like this. See how it works? A pictograph uses pictures of the actual things that you're counting. That's where the name comes from. And the nice thing is that the pictograph makes it easy to see what everybody in Marla's Sunday school class likes. You can just count the pizzas or count the hamburgers or hot dogs. By looking at the pictograph, why don't you tell me how many people in the class liked hamburgers best? That's right. Now use the pictograph to figure out how many people liked hot dogs best. You got it. But that's how a pictograph works. Sometimes people don't want to take the time to draw pictures of the things that they're counting. In that case, they can use something called a bar graph. A bar graph is a lot like a pictograph, only instead of pictures of the things being counted, it just uses bars. Here's the same information about Marla's class, but this time it's shown with a bar graph. See, there's a bar for each kind of food. To see how many people like pizza best, what you do is you go to the top of the pizza bar and then look to the left. This number 7 tells us that 7 people chose pizza as their favorite food. Now use the bar graph to tell how many people in the class like tacos best. Perfect. But that's the way a bar graph works.
In this problem, we have some number minus 8 equals 7. See if you can figure out what the missing number is.
Nice try, but that's not it.
In this problem, we have some number minus 8 equals 7. See if you can figure out what the missing number is.
Nice try, but that's not the answer.
We need to find the missing number in this problem, and we have some number minus 8 equals 7. And even though this is a subtraction problem, we're going to have to use addition to find the missing number. What we do is we add 7 plus 8. 7 plus 8 equals 15, and that means that 15 is the missing number, and that makes sense because 15 minus 8 equals 7. So the answer to practice A is 15. Here, you need to add 63 plus 95.
Bingo!
For this problem, you need to tell which of these calculations is the best way to estimate 57 plus 32.
Nice try, but that's not the answer.
We need to tell which of these calculations is the best way to estimate 57 plus 32. Remember, an estimate is an answer that is close, but not exact. What we're going to do first is round 57 to the nearest 10. That means we're looking for the closest number to 57 that has a 0 in the ones place. The closest number to 57 with a 0 on the end is the number 60. See, 60 is really close to 57, and it ends in 0.
Time out
On this
for a
problem,
hint.
you need to add 200 plus 500 in your head. Here's a hint. Since 200 and 500 both have 2 zeros, that's how many zeros should be in the answer.
Bingo!
Here, you need to find the answer to this word problem. Lorenzo owned 9 goofy hats, and then he got 7 more for Christmas. How many goofy hats does he own now? In this problem, you need to tell whether the sentence is true or false. A pictograph uses pictures of actual things being counted.
That's right.
Here, you need to tell whether the sentence is true or false. A bar graph shows numbers with bars instead of pictures.
Yes.
For this problem, we have 6 plus some number equals 15. See if you can figure out what the missing number is.
Yes.
On this problem, we have 11 minus some number equals 7. See if you can figure out what the missing number is. Here, we have some number minus 5 equals 8. See if you can figure out what the missing number is.
Awesome.
On this next problem, you need to add 71 plus 23.
Good job.
In this problem, you need to add 85 plus 64.
Nice try, but that's not it.
Time
Here,
out
you
for a
need to
hint.
round 27 to the nearest 10. Here's a hint. We need to find the closest number to 27 that ends in 0.
You did it.
On this one, you need to round 53 to the nearest 10.
Nice try, but that's not the answer.
On this one, you need to round 53 to the nearest 10.
Bingo!
For this problem, you need to tell which of these calculations is the best way to estimate 48 plus 31.
Bingo!
Here, you're supposed to tell which of these calculations is the best way to estimate 62.
Good job.
Time out
On this
for
next
a hint.
problem, you need to add 600 plus 200 in your head. Here's a hint. Since 600 and 200 both have 2 zeros, that's how many zeros should be in the answer. In this problem, you need to add 300 plus 400 in your head.
You got it.
Time out.
Here,
For a
you
hint.
need to tell which of these is a correct way to write February 10th for the year 1978.
Here's a hint. Remember, you're supposed to list the month first, then the day, and then the year. That's right.
On this one, you need to tell which of these is a correct way to write August 15th for the year 2009.
Bingo.
Time out. For a
Using this
hint.
pictograph, you need to tell how many people like low tops the best. Here's a hint. Just count the number of low tops. That's right.
In this problem, you need to use this pictograph to tell how many people like sandals the best. Using this pictograph, you need to tell how many people like boots the best.
You did it.
Time out.
On this
For a
problem,
hint.
you need to use the bar graph to tell how many people wanted turtles the most. Here's a hint. Just go to the top of the turtle bar, then look to the left.
Excellent.
Using this bar graph, you need to tell how many people wanted parrots the most.
You got it.
Here, you need to use this bar graph to tell how many people wanted dogs the most.
Yes.
Here, you're supposed to find the answer to this word problem. Samantha owned 6 weird pens. Then she got 5 more for her birthday. How many weird pens does she own now? Here, you need to find the answer to this word problem. Lorenzo owned 9 goofy hats and then he got 7 more for Christmas. How many goofy hats does he own now?